So as about 2 or 3 days ago, I just finished my appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and it was completely disturbing and actually quite traumatizing experience for me. And let me explain why. So first of all, this is my second appearance on the show.
We got Casey in the house. Welcome back.
Thank you. The first one wasn't nearly as bad. I've been on the show, including like with the late night girls, with the 304s as they call them. I don't know, I've done that maybe an additional 7 or 8 times. So maybe it's like my 10th appearance overall, something like that. Who knows? Who's counting, right? And let me start off also by saying that Fresh and Fit is like family to me, okay? So we're not just influencer collaboration buddies that do content together for mutual benefit, friends on camera and we don't talk. No, I talk to these guys on a weekly basis, even though I live outside the country. I used to be Fresh's roommate. They're amazing human beings. Great guys. They're real ones, okay? The traumatizing part was actually the chat ninjas, and they kept getting mad at me that I called them chat ninjas. Fuck you, I'll say ninja all I want. You don't own the word ninja. Fuck off. Fuck out of here, bitch. Anyway, let me calm down. So what the chat was doing was some of these hateful comments, and I'm gonna put some of the characters that they compared me to that they said that I looked like. They said I looked like Megamind. That one had me dying a little bit. They said I looked like some cat named Rory, who I don't know if he was a musician, podcaster, something like that. Another cat, well, not like a real cat, a fictional cat named Bully from some video game called Bully, I think. I don't know. Cletus Cassidy, this is the only one I saw no resemblance to. Actually, Tory Lanez as well. They said Casey looked like a white Tory Lanez. I don't see it, but whatever. And then one person said it looked like my head had been attacked by a cheese grater. So this is called a hair transplant, and this is going to look gorgeous in about 2 or 3 more months. So I'm cool with looking like I got a cheese grater head. I still fuck more and hotter bitches than any of you chat ninjas or haters out there. Okay, I've said it again, ninja, say it all I want. Okay, so pause for a second. If you guys think that I'm some sensitive snowflake and, he can't handle the hate and blah, blah, listen. I know when any person, man or woman, goes on the internet and does anything, much less has an opinion or something to share, you're gonna get a shitload of hate. I'm not some sensitive motherfucking snowflake. That's not why I was so traumatized from being on the show. A lot of you ninjas don't even have this problem. Listen the fuck up.
I fucking hate. I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to.
Okay, so it wasn't the fact that I can't take a hateful comment. I can take hateful comments all day long. That's not why I was disturbed and traumatized from my experience from being on the show. It wasn't the content of the comments or what they said about me that traumatized me. It was the timing of the comments. Let me explain. So when I get on the show and I'm talking about our history together, how we've been boys, the story of how Fresh and I first met, how I was there the day that Myron and Fresh also met there from day 0, how I traveled the world. I'm, let's say making friends or tagging hoes, whatever you want, from Miami to Medellin, from Mongolia to Mozambique, whatever it is, traveling world passport bros. The comments, if you read the live chat, is about 90% positive, mostly neutral. They're not really saying anything, too bad, right? It's the second that I start sharing my results to give some authority, because the whole show isn't just for y'all to just watch me and Fresh and Fit kick it and chat and talk about the motherfucking weather. The whole point of the video was for me to drop bombs, give some juice, give some knowledge, some usable golden nuggets that guys can implement to succeed in dating, right? Because as I talk about, dating is no longer an in-person activity. It has evolved into an online activity. And it was the second that I showed my results, so people don't just think I'm some random dude ranting who can't even get laid. And even more so when I showed my clients' results. Like I showed a Tinder experiment with my buddy Ben. Matter of fact, it's a 50 second video. I'm just going to insert that video right now. You can watch it. It's a pretty amazing experiment with pretty amazing results. So as you can see here, I got Ben a Tinder Gold subscription, and now I'm just showing the photos once again for the profile with the low quality photos. Then I began swiping for exactly 30 minutes, and I only swiped right on girls that I considered to be roughly at least a 7 out of 10 or better. Okay, so here I am showing the results for Ben's first profile with the low quality photos. After exactly 30 minutes of swiping and then waiting for 2 days for the matches to come in, he got a total of 3 matches. Okay, time to see the results on the new profile with the higher quality photos. So, just like last time, after I finished swiping for 30 minutes, I waited 2 days for all the matches to come in, and these were the results. He now has a total of 22 matches, which means 19 of them are from this new set of photos, as he already had 3 matches from before with the lower quality photos. And like I said before, I only swiped right on girls that I perceive to be roughly at least around a 7 out of 10 or better. So what happened after I showed that video with Ben? Irrefutable evidence that this dating game has changed, that the way you're doing it, I don't know, What are you doing? You're hitting on girls in your university, you're going to bars, you're paying for expensive bottle service. However, the average dude, I don't even know what the average dude is doing these days. They're all completely lost, but whatever they're doing to meet women is the old technology, and I'm showing irrefutable, again, full respect to my friend Ben, who is short and chubby. At least he was. He's working out now. He's in much better shape now. But at the time, and when he got all these results and all these matches in the experiment, he was a short, chubby guy in his mid-40s, but because we created that high-status profile for him, that's when he started to get good results, even despite maybe lacking the physical attributes. So irrefutable proof. I showed my buddy Steven. I talk about him a lot. I guess I'll put some quick photos. Here's Steven's before photos, real quick. Here's after photos, real quick. Here's the results he got, real quick. Okay, done. Right when I started showing the results and actually giving actionable advice on how to implement this, that's when the chat went crazy. Oh, who the fuck is this dude? Why am I gonna listen to this mega mind looking motherfucker? Or, he looked like he got a cheese grater that attacked his head. Tell homie, shut the fuck up. This is boring. Who is he? Why is he even on the show? Blah, 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 blah. Now that was about 80%. There was 20% of positive comments. There were dudes that have an open mind to this or whatever, but that's why I was disturbed, right? That's why I was traumatized, because when I'm just talking about, oh yeah, shooting the shit, no one wants to hate. The second I want to help you, or I even gave an actionable demonstration of higher value story as an example, you can go back and watch the show. I won't repeat it here, but this is something you can literally say to girls, or change it, craft it, make the story your own. But this is a way that you can kind of templatize make like a predictable funnel, like a copy and paste thing you can send to all girls that makes you appear really high value, and sends a lot of these honest signals and build attraction with girls, and is again, an implementable gold nugget you can use right now to improve your dating life. That's when the hateful comments came in, and it really showed me just the resistance to self-improvement, the resistance to learning a new way. Something one of my early mentors in the game, Owen, talks about is how people's brains, they get locked in their ego. The brain gets calcified, it gets, calloused, and they just have this resistance to self-improvement. They kind of get addicted to their story. They get addicted to their victimhood mentality. Guys don't want to learn. Guys don't want to adapt, even when they're seeing, like I said, right in front of their face, the Tinder experiment. Here's before, here's after, irrefutable proof. They'll say, well, Tinder doesn't matter. All the girls on Tinder are 304s. Or when I show the girls that Steven's getting, oh, they must be hookers. They must be prostitutes. We even showed Myron's photos. I'll show on the screen right now. Actually, from the episode, we actually went out and I had a photographer. Shout out to JFlow Pics on Instagram. JFlow Pics, amazing photographer in Miami. We're teaching him to specialize now in men's dating app photography as well. We'll talk about that. Hit me up on Instagram, RedbeardRants1, if you want to know about that. When we put Myron's photos on the screen, what did they say? Oh, amazing photos. Yeah, I can see this in action. Oh yeah, he looks great. No, that looks like AI. That looks fake. That doesn't even look real. It just showed me no one's ever taken photos on a high quality camera before. They thought they were like AI generated pictures. It's like you chat ninjas never even took a photo on a high quality camera before, and you think it's AI. It just had nothing positive to say. And again, it was the timing. They had a lot of positive to say. There were quite positive comments at the beginning of the show, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just this guy. I know fresh and fit, blah, blah. Yeah, I travel. Oh, here's what Brazil's like. Here's what Colombia's like. Here's the difference in the dating market, blah, 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 blah. They only started hating when I tried to help them. And then I get comments all the time, who is this? This is like on YouTube, right? Not even related to fresh and fit, but they'll say, who is this clown? Just get to sub 15% body fat. You don't need an online dating virtual assistant. Your flake rate is that high. You need to, message 1,000 girls before you can get a single date. Da, 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 da. Or just lift weights and you'll match, every girl. Let's break that down. I'm not saying you need to message 1,000 girls so you don't get flaked. I'm saying that most guys in this game, especially, maybe a lot of you are lost and, very earlier in a journey. A certain percentage of you are already what would be considered high value guys. And even if you're not, you probably have a very specific type of a girl you want. You want skinny blondes, you want big booty Latinas, maybe a girl being bisexual is very important for you, etc. Intelligence, a modest social media profile, etc. All these things that us guys want. That's a very low percentage of women. And what are the odds that, the low percentage of women that you want, that you consider a good girl to be wifey material, and the low percentage of men that she considers, a good match for her are going to overlap. You got to contact a lot of girls. And, guys like saying that, oh, just lift weights, just get low body fat. You'll never get flaked much with any girl. I mean, that's just simply not true. I run Myron's social media to this day. I am Myron's, online dating virtual assistant. Actually, I subcontract out to my buddy Jake. Shout out to Jake. If you're a multimillionaire and you want us to run your entire dating profile, we can reach out to me. What I actually do now is I give guys a course where they can can go out, hire and manage their own online dating virtual assistant and pay them only like, $350, $400 a month. I sell a course on that, but we're not talking about that. But point being is like just the resistance, here, you guys want to know the truth? We're going to get to a really, really weird state, right? In, I don't know how many years, right? But there's going to be a time when I'm not teaching you guys how to optimize your Instagram profile. I'm teaching you how to optimize your, Apple, Oculus, AI in the new virtual reality environment profile. That's where we're going, unfortunately. I mean, remember we had, dial-up, then broadband, there was no video. Then we had, fast internet. Then, first we just had, Match.com, nobody used it. Then Tinder came out, that was a little bit of a thing. If you ask any, celebrity gang, I know this is, beyond the scope of most of these viewers, right? We all start at different levels, we're all on our journey together. But if any of you have, high value influencer friends, things like that, ask them where they're dating. Like anybody who's dating like super, super attractive girls, they're meeting through friends at exclusive events and primarily on Instagram. That's the top 3. No one's getting super hot girls because like they practiced really good game and they walked up to her at the bar and they bought her a drink, or she was their, classmate, at university, or they saw her at a coffee shop. No. And, there's just, I keep trying to tell people like this is a skill set. Even the guys who say like, just get a good body, just, First of all, you have to get good content beyond that. But even say that, just having a good body does get you, a high percentage of matches or high volume matches. It can. How do you identify and screen out the time wasters? What do you say? How do you move things forward? How do you screen for a good girl? How do you even get enough volume, right, to find girls on Instagram, not on dating apps, to even have enough options to select from to get an amazing girlfriend? Because by and large, the girls that use dating apps are probably, for the most part, not the type of girls you want to make your girlfriend. Now, if you're overseas, that could be different. If you're doing a lot of volume and you find a diamond in the rough, that could be different. But let me know in a comment, how many of you even know how to find 20 beautiful women in your city that have a small private Instagram? You don't even know, there's no search. You can't just go to Instagram and search, show me hot girls with a tiny profile. We teach this, redbeardrantz.net if you want to learn this stuff. But anyway, it was pretty disturbing how just the average person is just so in resistance to this and they're not even paying attention, right? So just to kind of reiterate, right, where is this stuff going, right? What do you need to focus on to actually, have a successful dating life? If you've watched my content or you watch me on the show, this will be a little bit of repeat. I'll try to put a little bit of a new interesting spin on it and just make it quick, right? But the 3 steps are, you have to build a high status social media profile. The way you do that is you are well dressed, you are well groomed in your photos, you use slight AI, something called Face App, to make yourself about 10 or 20% better looking. You make sure you have good lighting. You make sure it's done on a high quality camera, and you look for, I'll give see if I can just write it off the top of my head, maybe like 5 locations. So one could be like a rooftop lounge, you got the city in the background, you're high up and you just look like a boss, you're well dressed, maybe you're wearing a blazer, right? That could be one shot. Number 2 could be you at a luxurious restaurant. Maybe that could be with friends, maybe that could be alone. It could be, posted up against the bar. It could be actually at the table, eating with people, doesn't matter, but you at a luxurious restaurant, okay? Number 3, poolside, maybe a hotel lobby, something like that. Maybe at the beach in front of some body of water. Number 4 could be at some type of where it's clearly like an event. It's a social setting. Maybe, I don't know, it could even be like, like a cigar lounge or something like that, or some type of like event where there's a lot of people. And if I had to give a 5th, let me think of a 5th one. It could just be any type of, like day club, beach club, not like a club with a lot of people, but like a lounge, right? Let's just say even like a hotel lobby, anywhere that looks very luxurious. And here's the reason. Here's like the kind of psychology, right? If I was to bring you out a plate of food and the food was just plopped down on the plate and you were to, take a couple bites of it, right? And then I was to bring out the exact same plate of food, but presented well. It had like the garnish, it had like the little flakes of parsley and maybe like an orange peel or a stick of rosemary on it. And it was just presented on the plate. And like the plate was like a slab of marble or something like that. It had this, like turquoise, artisanal plate. But it's the same food. We eat with our eyes first, and that will trick your brain. This is why, luxurious restaurants just serve very, very average average food. Okay, I'm actually like an amazing chef. I cook extremely good food. The way the food is presented tricks you into thinking the food tasted better. Okay, so it's the same thing online. Okay, if the composition of the photo is you in these very luxurious, high status locations and you're doing high status stuff, I don't know, maybe giving a speech to a room full of people, etc. You're on jet skis, you're on a yacht, you're at an exclusive party, you're in a nice villa, you're relaxing on a hammock in a nice, I don't know, whatever nice area. That presentation tricks the girl into thinking you're more attractive than you are. And it also implies lifestyle. So it's like a double whammy, right? And then when it's taken on a high quality camera, here's the thing. You guys know what digital noise is? Like when a photo looks like grainy, right? Like when you're kind of like, not even like per se out of focus, that's like more blurry, but I mean like you ever try to like enlarge like a tiny photo and it gets like grainy and noisy? That grain and noise is ugly, and the human brain doesn't go, oh, he's probably a good looking guy, but the photo is just kind of out of focus and blurry and grainy. They project that ugliness of the photo onto you. And you can reverse that by being in a gorgeous environment. They project the gorgeousness of the environment onto you. And if you go to a website where women actually rate men based on their attractiveness, you will actually rate higher if you're in a luxurious environment than when you're not. Same thing with like posing with a pet or an animal. The cuteness, the adorability, how adorable the dog is or the pet is projects onto you, and you'll get more matches and stuff because they look, you know, women especially, but men too, we look at the photo as a whole. We incorporate what you're doing, how you're dressed, who you're with, what the environment is, how well you're groomed, how good is the quality of the lens, how in focus is, how sharp it is, and we combine all of that to make a decision. It's not just how symmetrical your face is or how good your hair. I mean, all the receipts I have, all the beautiful women that I've been with, that I show off on the channel, that, you know, maybe you've been seeing some B-roll as I've been talking about this stuff. These women, like I'm Luke's maxing now. I'm trying to like bulk up and get a little bit bigger. I'm about to have a beautiful head of hair, but all my receipts are for a time when I was extremely skinny, obviously, you know, clearly still offensively pale, permanent eye bags under the eyes, right? Balding. I mean, I did not have any of these, you know, quote unquote physical attributes you would think that you would need to be successful in this game, yet I was. Now, what I want to do in kind of like keeping with this theme of adapt or die, right? Don't be a dinosaur. Don't go extinct. Adapt to the new way of doing dating in 2024 and beyond, you know, AKA do it online, learn to harness this amazing power of social media, is I'm going to start doing free events. Okay, I'm gonna do them probably like every other Sunday, something like that. Don't put in the comments, I didn't get the link, where's the link? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put it in the link in the description. Maybe like, I don't know, today's what, January, I don't know, it's Saturday, January 15th, 16th, I don't know what today is. I'm not gonna check my phone right now, but it's something like, it's roughly like the 15th or 16th, Saturday, January something. I may do one like the following Sunday, like not tomorrow, but the next Sunday. It'll be a free event where you guys can come in and ask me anything. I'll do one and see how it goes. If I like it, I may make it a regular thing where guys can ask me anything. And also have the latest and greatest of what's working for me, for myself, as a completely ordinary average guy, tagging girls that most of you guys, like, you know, would probably like, if you found their Instagrams, you'd probably download their photos and, you know, pleasure yourself to, let's be honest. Girls that are probably, you know, way outside the perception of most of you guys watching this. And that's not an ego thing. I'm not trying to insult everybody. I'm not trying to act like I'm above everybody, but being on the show, again, the reason why I found it so disturbing being on the Fresh and Fit show was because, like I said a million times, the average guy is just so fucking lost. It is actually scary, okay? It is actually scary that when you just shoot the shit, nobody talks, you know, crap about you, but that second you try to help them, now all the hate comments come in. So there'll probably be a link in the description of this video. You can check it out. Free events. I'll talk about the latest and greatest of what's working for me. A preview. Actually, what you guys can do, I'll break this down more on the call, but follow me on Instagram. I give a lot more advice of like very specific nerdy stuff. On YouTube, I got to keep stuff semi-general for like the algorithm for, you know, whatever shit can, you know, go viral and appear to a mass audience. The people on Instagram is a lot more, what's the word, like niche focused, a lot more high quality. And what I do on Instagram is I post a lot of case studies. So if you go to my Instagram, which is RedbeardRants1, again, RedbeardRants1 is my Instagram. Blue check now, just got meta verified. I have on my first story highlight, it's called IG Case Study. And it's an IG case study, believe it or not, about how I got more than 10,000 beautiful women in Sao Paulo, Brazil, to interact with my profile in some way, either, like, follow, comment, profile view, etc., for half of a penny, right? So now I can just pay money. I can say, hey, Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, hey, Meta, take my money. Here's, $10, and I can get, thousands and thousands and thousands of profile interactions of girls watching my funny content. I made a funny video about how the culture, the gym culture in Brazil and America is actually, quite different, and, hilarious video. So girls watch that. And now when I reach out to them, they're like, oh, it's the funny guy from the funny video that made me laugh. And, maybe they think I look good. I lifted weights before I did the video, actually gave the appearance of having, somewhat muscles. I know I'm going to get roasted in the chat. I'm not claiming to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Shut the fuck up. Y'all can roast me. I'm just saying I'm on my fitness journey, okay? It's a journey of self-improvement. In the video, I looked like, a little bit swole. Better than 95% of the men out there. Okay, of course, mediocrity is the norm. So being better than 95% of mediocre people is not a bragging point, but I'm just saying, so roast me if you want, but whatever. Anyway, that case study is on my Instagram. Follow that. Look for the link for, the free calls. Lastly, if you want to know the multitude of ways, coaching, courses, etc., that I can help ordinary average guy like me, ordinary average guy like my clients, become absolute online dating rock stars and get all the beautiful, feminine, sexy women that they want, just go to redbeardrant.net. You'll see everything that I offer. That's it. Peace.